and the Analyzer on August 27th at 2:17 a.m. Mountain Time and 1:17 a.m. Pacific, 3:17 Central, 4:17 East Coast, but check your timeline for that apex. Being at the 4th degree, this is a protection around our vibration and reality. With Uranus in the season of Taurus, the protection of what we manifest in reality is vibrating like the star that we are. Feelings, the moon, of safety in relation to order and clarity, emotions come to reality. So you may feel the need to organize everything from like chaotic to the dismantled or disorganized. Be kind and accepting of all of our imperfections. Trust in life and let it run its own way. Not everything ought to be perfect and in accordance with our expectations. So streaming in the morning, making its debut in the Inshallah and Ahhhh, blessings to you. Is anybody else feeling like reality is breaking or shifting? Maybe it's scattered or shattered. But the energy is about loving our body down to our bones, the bones of our soul today. Possibly, maybe you're ready to switch it up, loving your body more than ever before, being embodied, body-based, grounded in our bodies. Everything's about the body in the season of Virgo. So how do you treat your body? Like thoughts about your body, feelings about your body? Are you full of love for the skin that you're in? So just remember, like yesterday was about upcycling the body. Now it's about really loving the skin you're in down to the tiniest minute details. So things like self-criticism, self-sabotaging, self-judgment, those are not ways of self-love. So really spend the day adding love to your center, at your core, your high heart, and ask yourself in every moment, is this, that, or the other thing loving to my essence? So love itself is an inside to an outside job. So that's kind of our purpose, is to love every infinite detail down to the tiniest nanoparticle of our being, of our essence, and bring that into this reality. Scars and all, the perfections are in the imperfections, actually. But with that, welcome to the Daily Snippet. Once again, I am your host, a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, a subtle energetic surgeon. But I do go by the term holistic Sha medium, and my intention is to utilize the power of these indigenous technologies, these indigenous ways, the elemental realms, our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic through these realms, elemental, imaginal, through the gateway of the shamanic portal, which was alive and fun yesterday, the cosmos, the subtle energies, and really so much more, with offerings, prescriptions, and ritual to really add and feed your soul. Ritual is food for your soul. To add to your personal container, your personal medicine, your prime directive, really assisting you in discovering your own inner genius, your personal medicine, the star that I believe we all are, reintroducing you to that magical essence, the being that resides within you, so that your light shines even brighter. My name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you have yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, Authentically Heartfelt, everything's about the heart in reality, Tanya D. And again, a big shout out to all of you that are subscribing and signing up for different things in the venue. Ahhhh, and thank you for assisting me in growing and expanding. Helping me really is helping you, and vice versa. And go ahead and hit the bell button so you too are notified, and a comment or a share does get you a message for your day to get you on your way. And today I have one for you, Jojo Angel. If you're in the corridor here, it just helps echo out with the algorithm to other like-minded musers in the galactic universe who may also muse about insights of the other world, the world of spirit, source, angelic beings, the other world, elemental, and so much more. And you can also find me on other social platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and my Musing with Tanya D podcast, which will be coming out on Monday, dedicated to Metatron and the Merkaba. And if your soul does wish to dive on deeper into the realms of the other world, head on over to my Musing Corridor. This is my digital library in the sky. It's a venue where you have some amazing options to assist you and to guide you. A private sacred circle, a community to utilize as well. I really am your shamanic otherworldly assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do need somebody else to coordinate our, navigate ourselves, I guess. So we're in the harvest of sprouting seeds, the kernels of inner love and light bubbling to the surface, This is like hyper awareness. Like, where is your heart at? And can you bear witness to a new love degree? Are you on a faulty line, like an earthquake line? It's like clear and present danger in a way. But the task of the day is to work towards habits of loving ourselves more and being authentic and utilizing our voice. Pronunciate with yourself or with others, even pets. Pets are great little listeners as well. There really is no limitation on the swirl. I always see signs and sigils and things. The swirl of self-love, it's not like driving down the highway where there is a speed limit. This is a full pour. And when you step into the cup, add more. This is the ingredient to really take beyond the limits, whatever that pour is for you. Percolating love, it's where we start to dissolve habits of a lifetime that have taken on a life of their own. They kind of take over. So again, go look into the mirror and ask your body where you could improvise or bring or be more self-loving, be kind, be compassionate, and just remind yourself how far you've literally come in order to go beyond and into an unlimited possibility. Quality over quantity of peace, joy, love, happiness, and of course, integrity are inner Congress questions. So with that, just a few announcements, and I'm going off on a tangent. I crack myself up. These are our options, by the way. I guess I should have done that earlier. We've got a rooster, a dragon, and an alligator, not a crocodile, by the way. So yeah, options. I thought the dragon was kind of a combination of the rooster and the alligator. So that's kind of why that's there. So whatever resonates with you for the messages of the day. But again, a few announcements. The new moon in Virgo, you may literally experience a breakdown in reality. I kind of had a weird vision, not going to lie. It wasn't reality shattered, but reality was breaking. So this is going to be our inner reality, breaking new ground, shifting, transforming, maybe even dissipating and transcending. Like, where do you belong? That's what's happening for me in reality, innovating my inner reality. I don't feel like I belong here. Really kind of interesting. Things are dissipating. But what is it you wish to bring into reality? Yeah, so we'll leave that there. The meditation portal, September 4th, that is open. Thank you for subscribing and joining. Excited to see you on the other side for that. September 4th, 10 a.m., Metatron style, the Merkaba Cube. Going to be galactic fun. And it's like, is your body calling for a 101? So brought to the West by Elder Malidoma Some is the ancient art of cowrie shell divinations, indigenous technologies. I am so grateful to have studied with him and been part of his container, his village for the past 10 years. But rituals literally are food for our soul, getting rid of the cosmic debris, the energetic hiccups. I give rituals as the medicine, the prescription for the symptoms, the forces of adversity in order to shift what's in the way, blocking you from your inner light, your genius, your purpose. But ritual, again, it's food for the soul once you start doing them. It's a different way to see things. And of course, a Witcher's way to monetize your medicine and manifesting. So when a Virgo believes, a Virgo manifests. So if there's any Virgos turning in, Virgo rising, Virgo sun, or Virgo moon, actually, that would work. And if you're ready to monetize your medicine, that waitlist again is open for Witcher's Way to manifest. Round 2, it's going to be again setting our energetic foundation, energetic fields. Usually gets in the way. Cleansing the spheres, that's the first thing we're going to address. Again, the links for all of this is in the show notes. Okay, and moving right along. Our day is a Yin Earth Rooster of a day, Ayyy. So what's interesting is at the hour of the dog, we have what's called a metal direction, which is the west. This is decision making, it's communication, it's our voice. Actually, it is ruled by Mercury in the 4 pillars of Chinese medicine. It's Mercury ruled, which is kind of entertaining. Or no, it's Venus. Sorry, wrong brain. Venus ruled. But we do have the yin and the yang, both of earth and metal, kind of in doing a dance there. But the mountain, and we have soil. And remember, yin earth people heal their bodies with herbs because the soil has so many villagers in the soil, right? So it's interesting. When the soil has a lot of like bugs and whatnot in it, it's healing itself. Those bugs are there eating up the debris, which people don't talk about. So killing them is not very wise because then they're not doing their purpose. their intention. But the monkey energy is fidgety, where the rooster energy is cocky. They do get along, however, but metal is strong. It's taking in all of the minerals from the soil, making our day a little iffy, maybe a little feeble. So the sun, we need the sun. We need joy and we need fun, all in the sun. But herbs, nice yummy herbs, sprouts, drink your salad. I love herbs on salads or sprouts, right? And sand, dry dirt as well, fire. So like send spirit your intentions, maybe write it down as a messenger, burn it to the light. And our neighboring gods is the networking god. That comes in on the month pillar. That's where that streams in. And the year we have the communicator. So this is a great energy for communicating and also networking. Creativity, writing, storytelling. Water gets us in the flow. It's the lung, large intestine. We also got the stomach, the spleen, lymphatic circulation, breath work, the pancreas, the sweetness of life. Conversations may be scratchy, but not too bad because the water does soothe. Air, flesh is the earth. The tiger is vitality. Water is water circulation. But fire, I would probably activity-wise, even cardiovascular exercise now that I'm looking at this. Fire, creative, inspirative fire. Again, pronunciating our heart's desires, say them out loud, speak to the fire, stuff like that. And the messages, here we're going to go back to here. What do you choose? The rooster. There's a black dragon. I guess he's kind of monkey metalish, that dragon. He is dark. Looks like a mountain in the background. And of course the alligator. But again, Jojo, angel, stay tuned. I have a message for you. And Virgo being reality and self-love of our body, earth, and fleshy. The messages streaming in are coming in from the muse, if you will. So here we go. If you chose the alligator, you get the death card, which is great, right? This is a message of the major death, the 13. This is our heartfelt beliefs. We're beginning to law of attract. When we believe heartfelt, we law of attract. What are we being right now to law of attract? What's the frequency you're frequencing? That's what we attract, right? Whatever frequency you're at. If you're at the frequency of scarcity, you're going to attract more scarcity. So it's like heartfelt desire streaming into our reality. But death, this is a prompt. It's a rite of passage about rebirth and regeneration, a metamorphosis, kind of like a caterpillar, the death of a relationship or maybe an idea, endings, letting go of things that are no longer needed or necessary. And just making sure that you're not holding on to outgrown dreams or old wishes, the coulda, woulda, shouldas, new opportunities streaming in. So this is like ancient dust. So her lungs are literally reeking of it. I don't know if you can see the sand, which I found ironic in the background there, and the ripples in the sand. But this is stuckness. So it's like her fragmented selves, all of her fragmented parts and bodies, energetic. They want to fight their way beyond the self-made little tethers that we create. So you can open your heart to clearly see the rebirth that's being offered. That kind of looks like a butterfly, but kind of looking at it from my angle might be a moth. Sometimes it's just hard to see, right? But the muse is smiling down, reminding us to let go, allowing the old decay to go in order to create the nutrients, the soil, the herbs for the new. So filling our lungs with crisp air of something unexperienced maybe, and know that these beautiful fertile grounds will be the brewing pot percolating for things you've dreamed of but not yet found. So it's about letting go of things that have kept you probably land sterile, held in a place, and rise in the rebirthing, awaken to a spiritual truth, the voice. Don't know why I said that everything we need is really inside of us from this perspective and seeing new growth. You may notice that from a distance, a starry distance, this is kind of curious, but a burial, cemetery, and planting look very similar, right? So aging the safe and saging the ageless, transcendence, ascendance, that let's rise from our cages. So it's like the decaying is frayed and changing the formations. Rebirth and renewal are forcing a new birth coming forth from new creation. So this really fits within the elementals as well. So I would be like oming in some channels there, but we're going to get to that, I promise. Okay, next up, if you chose the dragon, you get the materials, the Knight of Materials. Look at that succulent, looking great. But this is earth, it's rooting, security, wealth, safety. So we're kind of being prompted with the task of joy, innate joy. It's productivity, it's diligence paying off, hard work, determination, safety, steadfastness. It's the planting and the tending for the seeds of the future, which really is the frequency of today. This is financial security, our foundations. But the knight, or I should say this particular knight, loves to tend the fields of his success. And I think of this in the one of my other decks. It reminds me of as well the tilling and the tolling of the soil, removing all the weeds, bringing joy to us by doing the work, right? Knowing that we've made a difference for our future, taking the risk, working long, sleepless spurts, maybe showy little plants, you know, and oftentimes we work really hard to reap greater rewards, but those big rewards, they have to be managed, I guess is the word I want to use. Otherwise, they become withered with worries because they overtake us. They become more than we are. So it's like just to be and just to do. So finding we're going to be a lot happier without all the abundance of the extra work, right? Becoming infinitely more confident. The little succulents, I feel this with my plants. My poor little guy behind me, he's going to go to the fairyland graveyard. Hopefully, maybe I can find somebody to bring him back to life. But succulents, I can do them. And so this is just like knowing what we can do and can't do, taking time and space, creating stability, success, being consistent in the journey, sharing a message of relaxing, doing the things that we love and finding meaning in our work, our value. Even our diligent routines sometimes are going to tell us where we are headed in life, being consistent, creating a steady foundation that supports our dreams. So all the fabric, all the lights, the roses, when things are tilled and soiled, the soil gets nutrients, right? The harvest comes. So we've got this idea of consistent earthly material things kind of flowing in. So it's about choosing our labors wisely and keeping on our path. Sometimes, again, doing less is more, like being consistent. Okay, and who chose? Did I say the rooster? The rooster, the two of materials. I got confused because I have a card for JoJo. So the two of materials. So we are in the season of Virgo, earth body, materials, right? And Taurus is actually more earthy, earth star. Capricorn's more top of the mountain. Virgo is the body. If you're a Virgo, you know, as long as you got your body, you can pack up and go anywhere. But this is the juggling act of multiple roses. It's also the moon, the two, boundaries around our emotions, feeling our feelings. The moon's in Leo, so loving ourselves more in the season of Virgo. So we need to add some love to the chalice today. But juggling responsibilities, finding our balance, centering, grounding, too many to-dos on our list. It kind of follows the night, like slimming down the to-do list, multiple priorities, a lot of financial decisions, managing our resources. Maybe you feel like you're staying afloat, feeling overwhelmed. Change, flexibility, all the things are falling into our world at the same time. But I think it's like manifest reality coming to our world. She's dancing, a dance of stability. She's grounded, again, bringing heaven to earth. To stay balanced, you know, that requires some multitasking, right? Divvying up some things. The crystal is wobbling there. She's juggling, but everything's showing up really quickly. But in order to bring all of these little wishes to the earth that are budding, she really needs time to watch and nurture each and every one, right? We spread ourselves too thin sometimes. But then, you know, often that's even impossible. So balancing everything at all at once, sometimes we float between them really quickly, trying to stabilize everything. So the message is kind of teaching us that even when you want to have it all, we do need to prioritize which things do come first. value, right? So if you don't decide this, you may manage to hold it all together, but the process is likely not going to be real healthy or enjoyable for the long run out into the future. We might lose steam. So bring in some flexibility, change into our plans, our existence, and keep everything budding and blooming for years to come. So the question is like, how do we carry all of these spinning tasks? And how do we juggle all the safeties and the risks? And there are a million little intricate little varieties and all the things. Whew, that's kind of the message of today, even with the elementals. The tasks at hand, focus. I think it's focus and outcome. Okay, Jojo, this is for you. Your final message. If you're tuning in, you've got the Muse of Materials, which I love this card, right? This I totally love. It's an Earth Day in an Earth sign. And this is dirt magic. This is ritual, earth ritual. It's abundance. It's earth energy. It's at the end, right? So this is like material success. It's the journey of creating prosperity and abundance and being able to provide for your garden, for everyone you love. It's a joy of life, like living life, joys, well filled, grounding into the earth. It's gratitude, comfort, wealth, health, happiness. It's reality. It's Virgo embodied, right? So in the garden of life, you can find her at the door. I don't know if you can see her. I kind of almost flipped this card, but it is what it is. But above it, you can see the Muse of Materials. She's reflected in all of nature, which, you know, the Fae. So she's whispering. She's got the flowers, the grass, the trees, the roses. We've got the birds flittering. You got the creeks moving. There's all this juice in this card, seriously. So she uses all of the materials of the earth to bring her world into form. This is producing. So she's looking down. She's offering a lesson of manifesting and also abundance. And she's speaking to you as a creator that these things are yours for the taking and the using. Just fusing and gently forming, producing, taking form, energy to matter. Your harvest, your little sprout, you're rising from the earth. So it's like grounding into her low humming energy and breathe in the humidity and the warmth. The village, right? Community, that's also mineral and metal. So it's time to take another small step towards the garden of life. Commit to watering, healing, dancing, loving it as much as you can. And know that the material success, the joys, the love, the juice, the happiness, they're all going to be arriving. So seek the grounding energy of earthly desires and those delights, and know that your own fertile lands are going to start blooming here now, very soon. So mesh with it, the nest of it. What does it feel like? What's the sensation that comes up? Feel the plentiful, feel the bounty, like the nutrition, absorb all the magic. So this is really a garden of health. It's kind of like Virgo energy. Again, that's kind of what I'm getting all day, but walk the way towards that fruition, whatever that looks like for you. So with all of these messages, we've got the death, the rebirth, all materials, things are moving, the juggling act, the two of emotions, the moon's in the season of the sun, Leo, heartfelt love of a sense in our reality, the divine heart, the high hearts online, the regular heart, the heart, the heart channels, greens, all things green, the healing energy of the sun, and also nature. The moon just barely in the early stages of Leo, swirling some emotions of self-love inside our high heart to our chalice. Chiron still stirring the cosmic wounds of a lifetime. My friend Christopher Renstrom is doing a thing about that. I just noticed on Instagram. Where the wounds of our lifetime. Oh gosh, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But thoughts, be mindful of our thoughts and open up to a new way of being. Uranus, the innovator, and the sign of materials is at a standstill, going to return to 14. That started today as well, I believe. And how is one to manifest abundance? These earthly manifestations are shifting. So it's like new, innovative production, producing, renovating. I bet a lot of people are renovating their homes, remodeling, our day-to-day manifestations, just innovating a plant, a seed to plant, a new seed to plant. Things are about to kind of feel gravelly, like the earth acne is kind of how I saw that, stones. So all the metal calls for us to kind of listen more, talk less. The inward garden, solicit your inner solitude, meditation. Metals also our image, Venus kind of energy, how we see ourselves, our throat center as well. Similar to Virgo energy and Libra, which really makes sense in a curious kind of way. But it's time to heal the wounds. Those little warriors, Chirons and Aries, which is the hero, our action character, I am who I am, what we be. The hearts online, our prime directive to heal these core wounds. Virgo, the healer, the high heart, the yam channel, but it's more of the sound, it's the higher octave, the sound of a harp. So that, and the heat of fire. That's like the heat of the breath when you say ha, like hee ha. I don't know if you ever watched that show. But also in my freebies, there's a inner smile meditation, by the way. And that's kind of what this whole day reminds me of, is the inner smile, that meditation. So it's a day to transform the habits of a lifetime, or at least this past year, the ones that took on a life of their own, embody our essence, the harvest, the goddess. That's calling us to innovate a new healing, a healthier way of being embodied in our bodies. So love your imperfections as being perfect. Don't judge yourself. Don't criticize. I mean, if you guys were to see my back, it's all wounded from the skin, the sun, right? I'm one of those sun children, but loving our bodies beyond the soul, our prime directive. So I would affirm I am literally loving the skin I'm in, body and all. And I do have a program called that, Loving the Skin You're In, which is kind of funny because that is the frequency of today. And be sure to sign up for the Witcher. The waitlist is in the show notes. The Musing Moon meditation is actually on the stage and coming soon after. Thanks for jumping on for the meditation, the monthly meditation circle. And I will see you on the other side, or at least tomorrow. So yeah, reality, it's beginning to get fun. And I'll see you on the other side. Ahhhh.